Hello and welcome to Let's YOLO Bastion, Part 19. In the last episode, we brought Zia back.
The Ceylandian army would have recruited him in a flash.
And we got the, proving ground for the rifle. In this episode, we continue with the plot. Zulf detected, because we have a Zulf detector. I don't know how that works. And then there's this proving ground which she actually unlocked. I've never actually managed to get this one. Let's just go ahead.
The Tazzle terminals. All that's left of the Ura civilization. And the last stop on his little journey.
Let's do it.
I can't hear him at all anymore. He's too far away. But he'll be alright. Got his lifelong friend to keep him company. Just needs to get that shard from Zulf and come on home.
Oh, come on. Go for it. I think that was worth it. You don't lose that much health with falling.
The calamity hit the Tazzle terminals hardest of all.
I'm not sure about that. Because the city is completely gone and everyone in it died.
You know why Zulf went back there.
The terminals, they're also kind of hit, but
The place was his home.
there's still people.
All his old friends and
Oh, you
family
wouldn't know.
were there. Taken by the calamity.
Yeah, I do not like...
Zulf must be there all alone, just waiting.
Okay. That was me being stupid again. And that was me. No, stop. Okay, we're gonna go back and we're gonna get that health tonic. We're gonna fall off the edge while we do it. Those guardrails are not up to spec.
You know what's funny? Well,
No, I don't.
all of us are waiting for a kid.
Missed.
Look around. There's not much left to do here in the Bastion, I'm afraid. So why not tell each other stories to pass the time, right? But Zia, there's another reason I've been telling you all this. There's something I want you to understand. When the kid brings back that shard, the Bastion will be complete. What happens to Zolf will no longer matter.
I don't know if I'll get another level up before the game ends.
Caelondia will be whole again. Everyone will be alright.
Oh,
Everything will be back to normal.
I did get another level up. Okay then. And if there were a brewery, I could put some alcohol inside me. Well, more alcohol, but there isn't.
Problem is, we'll all be gone.
Even more ominous.
Oh, we're not gonna die. It's more like
Dump.
all of this
See, how do you...
will just stop. Things will go back to the way they used to be. That's the power of the Bastion. This whole place is a living record of the times before the calamity. You follow me?
Ah, another bit I don't actually remember. Piece of equipment. It's been a while since I played, so...
You be your old self again. Think of all those times that didn't go your way. All of life's little setbacks. Imagine if you could have another go at them.
Oh, shoot. Nope, nope, nope.
No mistakes.
Nope, nope.
Anyone you've ever hurt. Everything you've ever done, you could do it over. And wouldn't that be grand?
Okay, so...
Wouldn't you agree? Well... I guess there's nothing more to say. am I kidding?
Okay, that's not the direction. Maybe it's this way?
Look. There's something else. A confession. How come I know so much about the Bastion?
Ooh, okay.
Well, I designed the place, but that's beside the point.
Let's see if I can... Oh, well, I guess I was close enough.
There's one problem with a place that sets things back to a bygone time. You can't test it. So you're probably wondering if the calamity happened already. What's to stop it from happening again after the Bastion does its thing?
Ah, shoot. Okay, it's got... Okay. Okay, we're gonna try a different route then. Well, no. That's not the problem. The problem is I just suck at this. Ah, come on. If I die here, this is going to be so disappointing.
The answer is... I don't know.
I wonder if he used a diagram. Mr. Venn.
You're wondering if there ain't some other way out of this mess. It's alright. I can tell. But why would you even want another way? Unless you wanted to stay here with us.
Oh, that is a gap. And we trip again.
Well, that's sweet and all, but I don't know if I can stick around.
I don't know how to get to that.
The weight of the calamity. It's on our shoulders. We can't just let it go.
Oh yeah, now I remember.
Bastion does have another function. Strictly speaking, if ever the monument blew out and we couldn't repair it, we could still evacuate. First, we'd round up as many folks as we could carry. Next, we'd detonate the cores, and we'd take off away from here.
The battering ram kind of comes out of nowhere. Like, the Calamity Cannon, it makes sense. Battering ram, not really sure where this thing came from. But, whatever. It's cool. Also makes you really stop.
Heavy, ain't it? Of course, that would mean no going back. Ever. But then again, that way all of us could leave the city. Together. You know, Zolf and his countrymen won't be giving up that shard without a fight, don't you? Zolf and the Ura. All they want now is to see the Bastion fall. Zolf dedicated his life to a lasting peace between the Ura and Caelondia. He can't have imagined the city would try to wipe the Ura out. Zolf ain't lost every shred of decency though, has he?
Don't know if there's something. No, there's nothing up there. And there's our shard.
He tried to warn you about his plans. He tried to warn the kid.
Does this do? That's what that does.
For Zolf, this ain't a personal matter. It ain't a simple matter of pride either.
Yeah, let's go ahead. This is very slow. And we got the shard. Or maybe it is the goal. Okay, we got the shard.
One thing's for sure. The Ura can't be happy that the kid followed Zolf all the way home.
And we're walking. And it is Zolf. And we get to choose. Move on. Abandon Zolf's body and press forward with the battering ram. Zolf's situation is hopeless and a distraction. His plan to avenge the Ura only brought more suffering. All that matters is the safe return of the shard. Take Zolf, abandon the battering ram, and pick up Zolf's body instead. Zolf is badly injured but breathing. It appears his countrymen turned on him as their situation grew desperate. He nearly destroyed the Bastion, and yet... So we're going to go ahead and take Zolf. There we go.
I can see it now. The kid in one corner, and Zolf in the other. Ain't much of a fight. Don't you worry, though. Once the Bastion's restored, it'll all be alright. You ain't still thinking about that whole leaving the city thing, are you?
I set my sail, fly, the wind it will take me back to my home, sweet home. Lie on my back, clouds are making way for me. I'm coming home, sweet home. I see your star, you left it burning for me. Mother, I'm here. Eyes open wide, feel your heart and its glow.
Kid's probably dealt with Zolf by now.
I'm welcome home, sweet.
He reminds me of myself when I was his age. I ever tell you about those days?
Here we are, back at the Bastion.
Hey, kid. Get up, kid. Come on, that ain't funny. I say get up. That's more like it. Now, set that shard into the monument there. Then we'll talk. The Bastion. It's finally finished. Now, there's something I want you to see. Welcome to the heart of the Bastion. I ain't one for long goodbyes, so here's the deal. Zia and I figure you done the heavy lifting, so you get to do the honors. We can tell you how to work this thing if you got any questions. Hey, kid.
So, what do you think about restoration?
You can undo the calamity here and now. Go on, kid. And before I forget, thank you.
On the other hand, there's evacuation.
Always wondered what the motherland was like. Not that it matters anymore. Zolf only brought more ruin to the Ura. No wonder they didn't take kindly to him. You've got one thing left to do, so you hang on to that badge. Besides, you earned it. Don't let anything you've done get to you. You could save all those creatures here and now.
You made it. So, let's see. You can either prevent the calamity, or stick around with me and Rex. I'd hate to be in your shoes. If I could be any place I wanted, I'd stay right here. We could go anywhere in the world. Zolf tried to talk me into joining him. I tried to talk him out of it. I guess we both failed. When I finally found my people, I told them we could help. They just took me for a traitor. Glad you showed up. Any moment I'd want to live again happened after the calamity, not before.
Well, we get to make the decision now. So, on the one hand, the evacuation protocol was in case the monument was damaged and could not be repaired and the restoration would not be possible. And we can still restore. Caution, this process will restore to a previous world state and is irreversible. Use only as directed. Yeah. On the other hand, when we restore, we're making the world as it was. This would include the forces that caused the calamity, which is not the best plan ever. Still, you know, hope springs eternal. Maybe we won't fuck it up again.
It's finished. Now, sit tight. It'll be over soon. No matter what happens next, you're done good. I suppose all that's left is to try and remember this moment. The Bastion's gonna take us back to a better time, before any of this. Might be we'll forget everything you've done, and each other. Though after all we've been through, I find that hard to believe. So long, kid. Maybe I'll see you in the next one. Ceylondia, we're coming home.
I set myself fly, the wind it will take me back to my home, sweet home.
And that is Bastion. He managed to make it through the whole thing without dying. There were a couple close calls, but you know, and then there's that one time in who knows where, which technically doesn't count, but hey. Enjoy the music for a little bit. So, one thing I've always wondered about is why did the calamity happen? I mean, we know it's a sabotage Killandia weapon. It was supposed to seal the Ur tunnels, but the guy working on it sabotaged it, so instead it blew up and faces it, and it kind of destroyed everything. Well, most of everything. Like 90%, I'd say, of things were destroyed in the calamity. But why did they think they needed to do it? Because they were at peace with the Euro. Nothing in the story to suggest any sort of rising tension. And the theory I've come up with, which I don't know, I haven't really been looking on the internet at, it may or may not be a popular theory. I don't know, I should look into that more. Just what other people are saying about the storyline in Bastion, but I think the reason why they activated the weapon was because of the Bastion. One of the things you're going to want to do when you have this reset is you're supposed to, like if it's a computer, just like a computer. You have this backup and restore thing. You can, oh, your computer isn't working, let's set it back to a previous version, but you kind of want to know when that happens, right? You're going to want to know, hey, we had to activate the Bastion. Something bad's about to go down. Otherwise you're just going to get stuck in a loop. You won't be able to change, except the Bastion wasn't actually finished. It was incomplete. So I'm thinking that's one of the first things they built, is this system that would say that something bad's about to go down. Unfortunately, being incomplete, the Bastion doesn't tell him a whole lot about what's about to go down. So, they have this thing telling them that something terrible is going to happen. They have this idea that they might one day have to seal the Ura in their tunnels, lest there's another war, and now they have they're worried about the Ur, and now they have what seems like evidence that the Ur are about to attack. So they decide to strike first, which causes the calamity, which leads to us finding all the cores and all the shards, building the Bastion, and then I activated the Bastion. I reset the world, and that is itself what causes the calamity. But that'll be it for this episode, and maybe I'll see you in the next one as Zulf. Zulf. No, Rux. Zulf is the Rux said. Maybe I'll see you in the next one.